Could you imagine doing this in inclement weather? How bad that would suck. That would have me sweating bullets. That really just would. That would have me sweating bullets like no tomorrow. Yeah, go ahead and go full flaps. All right, we want to do around 125. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Spur here. How you doing? We are back in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 in the citation CJ4 with the working title mod. And we had the new update just the other day, and they've got this mod updated and ready to go. It looks okay so far. From what I can tell, everything seems to be functioning and working right. Had some issues earlier, but that was all fixed with the latest working title mod. We will be taking the citation from Fort Worth Meacham up to Aspen. Ought to be a cool little getaway flight with a neat arrival into Aspen. Weather looks absolutely gorgeous the entire way. I don't see any issues. This is our route. We're departing down here at Fort Worth Meacham and flying up to Aspen. You can see all the airports are reporting looks like clear conditions the whole way. We do have a little moderate turbulence here. Let's see what it says. Where does it start at? Moderate turbulence below 16,000 feet, so we've got that. That shouldn't be a problem there. And we'll be making our arrival into Aspen. Here's Aspen. Everything looks good there. Winds are variable at 5 knots, 10 statute miles clear at Aspen. And for our departure will be... I don't want to move that. Never mind. Let's see. Departure weather will be... 050, 10 knots, 10 statute miles clear, altimeter 3045. So looking good there as well. And let's check for any icing or any issues like that as well. Okay, we already have icing up. There is no icing, no weather, no precipitation, no nothing. So this should be a absolute great flight into Aspen. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm glad I was able to get everything up and running and working for this. So let's go back to OBS. Let's pull that back down, get that out of the way, and we'll hop in the airplane and get rolling, guys. Let's see. Alright, I think we are good to go. Let's see, we've got taxi lights, our beacon is going. Logo we don't need, we're not doing logo. And I honestly don't know what the deal is with the pulse lights on the citation. That's like that's foreign to me. I don't know what that is all about, but we don't have them on. All right, now with a new working title mod, one thing I found interesting when I downloaded this is that it comes with a standard operating procedure, which is pretty cool for the citation. Working title version 5.0 citation CJ4 standard op. This document is intended to be an interim SOP overview for the CJ4 as it exists today in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it's kind of tailored towards the sim a little bit as well, from what I gather. It tells you all kind of neat info like what altitude you should plan for your flight, like 0 to 99 miles. You should cruise anywhere between 4,000 and 12,000 feet. 300 and 499, 30,000 to 39, 500 to 999, 38 to 43. So that's pretty neat information. We won't go through all this. One thing that I did find kind of interesting was the takeoff procedure. It says the recommended takeoff procedure is, in addition to completing the checklist, enable the flight director FD button. Okay, so we'll do that because we're getting ready to taxi to take off. So we've got that enabled. Set the target initial climb altitude with the altitude knob. We're gonna climb to 16,000. That's like my go-to altitude every time we make a trip. Let's set our altimeter to. There we go. All right, so we'll put this on 16,000 feet. There we go. Okay. What else? What else? Engage FLC mode and set target speed to 240 indicated airspeed. That's what they suggest for the climb out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 240. That real quick. 238, 39, 240. There we go. All right, it says engage FLC and set the speed to 240. So we're going to go ahead and engage it. There we go. I wish we had a light that, like, a way to know whether it was engaged or not. But, I mean, you have it on MFD down here, so we know it's doing what it's supposed to. Engage heading or nav mode, depending on the departure procedure. We're not going to worry about heading or nav right now. We're going to go with it there. Begin takeoff roll with full power forward to takeoff throttle setting. After rotation, increase pitch 10 degrees. Okay, we knew that. That's what I've been trying to do. Retract gear and set flaps to 0 after accelerating V2 plus 10. Engage the yaw damper after retracting the flaps. I think I've been engaging it before we actually take off. This says after you track the flaps. So we're going to do that. And then passing through 1,000 feet AGL, reduce power to the CL climb setting, about 5% reduction in N1. Manage the pitch angle to accelerate smoothly, and when passing about 200 knots indicated airspeed, you can enable the autopilot. This is a personal choice. Some will prefer to fly manually to 240 and engage the autopilot to avoid having flight level change pitch down for acceleration. Now that is something that's kind of key that I really like. You know, in the past, I've set the climb out speed really low so we wouldn't have to do that, but this is say just kind of let the plane, you know, accelerate to that on your own, and then engage your autopilot so it won't do that whole pitch issue where it's either pitching up or down or whatever to capture the speed. To avoid having the FLC pitched down for acceleration, others may wish to turn things over to the autopilot sooner. Anything above 200 knots should work fine for the FLC. The aircraft will reduce climb to reach 240 knots, then pitch up to maintain that speed through the climb. Note, minimum autopilot or yaw damper engagement altitude after takeoff or go around is 300 feet AGL. Okay, so we're good with all that. Let's go ahead and we'll hop out of the airplane and we'll taxi to the departure runway. I just thought that was some interesting information, gave a little insight into the citation operation, that kind of stuff. So we'll get rolling here. Beautiful today in Fort Worth. Beautiful day in Fort Worth, absolutely. Very nice. I don't know what Zulu Alpha's doing over there. I guess he's just hanging out for now. We're going to be departing over runway 34. And we do have a standard instrument departure to fly. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. We'll look at it in a minute as soon as we get rolling. But I'm really interested in seeing how this mod is working out today, and the update. I have not played this sim since the update the other day. I'm really hoping, with fingers crossed, that this definitely took care of some issues. Some of the issues that have been really aggravating for me here lately is constant lightning anytime we have clouds in the sky, which we do have some clouds and there's no thunder and lightning, so that's good at least. Did notice that when I programmed the FMS, when I was working with that, it didn't have the departure I needed for that particular runway, even though that is a thing you could, I mean, you should be able to make that departure just fine on runway 34, so that information is still missing out of the database or whatever. But I don't necessarily look at that as like a bug. That's just, to me, that's just missing information. So we'll see. And we got this dude like hanging out down in the taxiway. There you go. We're going to be nice. Oh, this plane loves the taxi, that's for sure. Alright, let's get down here and we'll park it for just a second, go over a few things in the cockpit, and then we'll be on our way. All right, let's set parking brake and we'll hop back in. All right, let's see. Let's get taxi light off. We'll get landing on, nav on, strobe on. Belts and safety for the passengers. Those are good.
Your attention, please. The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Now that's cool. That's new. Yeah, that's really neat. You got the little announcement there. Okay, I think we're good to go on everything as far as that. You got our takeoff flap set. We're good there. Have more information in the display here. I really like that. That's really cool. A lot of good stuff. Got your flaps and engine parameters and all that stuff. So that's cool. All right, we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and get our speed. I thought we already set this, but it must have cleared it out when we cut it on. So let's set it back to that. 16,000 feet on that, so we're good with all that. Flight director is on. And flight level change is on. All right, let's knock the brakes off and let's get rolling here. All right, I think we're set. Let's go ahead and open the throttle and get going. I don't think we need, maybe we do. We'll get that in a minute. We're going to go with it first. All right, let's rotate. Whoa, that wind. A little bit of a crosswind there. You could feel it for sure. All right, let's get 10 degrees nose up. Let's get the gear up. And let's get our flaps up as well. And we'll keep climbing out until we get to about 240. A little over 200 knots, and then we'll. All right, so far no overspeed. Everything seems to be going really well. I think they've been tweaking the power settings on the aircraft, the thrust and all that kind of stuff, which is really nice. All right, we're just gonna keep hand flying it. We're gonna make our turn towards Botch here. And head that way.
Cessna 50 Bravo, please acknowledge.
No, we're not acknowledging you because we don't like talking to you. We don't like the ATC.
Cessna 50 Bravo, please acknowledge.
All right, we're about up to 240 knots. So what we're going to do is we're going to engage the autopilot, and he's going to pitch us up, and then we're going to do nav mode.
Bravo, ISR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated.
Okay, fine with me. Fine with me. Cancel it.
Frequency change approved.
Okay, so we're doing the let's see, what departure are we doing? The Swaber 6, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Swaber 6. What do we got here, Botch? I don't really see any VNAV information with it other than just crossing 1,600 feet. Let's see, what does this say? Minimum climb of 220 feet per nautical mile to 1,100. Yeah, we took off to the north, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, it's more just of a lateral navigation thing than anything, getting you out of the Metroplex. There you are, there's Navy Fort Worth. Hop back out of the airplane. Take a peek while she does her thing. Lake Worth down below. Navy Fort Worth downtown, Meacham. Very cool. Love flying in the Metroplex. It's always a blast. Always a blast. I have Benbrook down there, Lake Benbrook. What else we got? I was looking for, looks like Alliance back here. Very nice. Very, very nice. Alright, let's hop back in the plane and get everything kind of situated. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take our climb altitude all the way up to 40,000 feet. That is going to be our cruise altitude today. 38, 39, 40. There we go. All right, we're through 10,000 feet, so let's go ahead and get our landing lights off. Got that. And you know what? Since we're a corporate job, we'll go ahead and take the seatbelt light off as well. Not like you can move around too much back there. I mean, yeah, it looks like we're starting to turn on course. So far, so good. So far, so good. Everything's looking really nice. And I think since we're, everything looks okay and doing what it's supposed to be, we'll go back and look at the SOP that they got for it and look at the climb procedure. It says climb should be conducted at 240 KIS or Mach 0.64, monitor Mach and IAS, and after the crossover, maintain a Mach 0.64. You can expect climb rates in the 3,000 to 5,000 feet per minute range, below 20,000 feet, and in the 2,000 to 3,000 foot range in the 20s. Okay. Passing through the upper 20s, you will need to push the throttles all the way forward to maintain an appropriate N1 for the climb. In the real aircraft, the FADEC, whatever that is, would be managing N1 when in the climb detent. But with no FADEC implemented yet, you still need to use full throttle above 30,000 feet to replicate this. In the flight level 300s, you can expect climb rate to be around 2,000 feet per minute, decreasing with altitude. You may find it beneficial to use a VS mode as you approach 40,000 feet. Climb rate will be in a 500 to 1,000 foot per minute range. In the upper flight levels, upper 30s to 40s, depending on the weight and condition. Okay. So there you go. That's what we're going to be. Going with. So they definitely made some changes to the aircraft. I know in the previous versions that I've flown, as soon as you start to climb out, you go ahead and reduce. I've had to reduce the throttle back a good bit, especially with the default aircraft, because it's like a little rocket. It climbed out like crazy. Now, not as much. They've definitely toned back the thrust a little bit in the aircraft. We'll push the throttle open a little bit more to increase our climb rate. Alright, let's see if we get our heat going here. Not sure where is that at. Wing engine only. There we go. We'll do that. There we go. Okay. it's happy with that now. Shouldn't be an issue though. I thought it was pretty warm down in Dallas-Fort Worth today. It was really nice where I live. Didn't get to put a video up Thursday. It's the first day I've missed it a long time. We had like 2 or 3 inches of sleet and a little over 1/10 of an inch of ice, and lost our power about midnight Wednesday night and got it back. Let's see, about midday, maybe Thursday, and then had it for a few hours, and it went back out, and we were without power until about 10 o'clock at night, and then finally got it back the rest of the way. So I wasn't able to do a video or anything like that, unfortunately, but okay, we're through 18,000 feet, so let's change our altimeter to standard. There we go, 29902. Still climbing at 240 knots. Let's double check this again. Below 20,000 feet and in the 2,000 to 3,000 foot range in the 20s. So we're climbing out right at 2, so that's pretty much correct going off what they say. Beautiful weather. What a gorgeous day. Absolutely gorgeous. So I hope you guys had a good weekend, a good Halloween. Happy Monday. Getting the week started. We had a good Halloween. It was a lot of fun. Stayed here at the house and had lots of candy and watched movies and did a few party things with the kids, all that kind of stuff. So we really enjoyed that. Really glad just to have some power and not be in the cold. We have a fireplace and it kept us warm. I think the night we were without power, it got down in the 20s. And we did okay. We did okay. It wasn't like it wasn't great in the house, but it could have been a lot worse. But and it's been a while since I've been in FS2020 as well. They had that mod came out the other day, and you know, I'll be honest, every time mods come out for the sim, I kind of regret it, or not regret it. I kind of what would the word be? Dread it. I dread the mods. I dread the updates because you know, you have to go back through and update your mods and whatever you have installed. I don't have a whole lot. Mainly it's my working title citation and the A32nx mod, but you know, you have to go through and get all that fixed and taken care of, and then hope that nothing else broke in the update. And I've honestly kind of gotten to where I just dread the updates here lately. Maybe that'll start turning around a little bit in the future. I hope so. Maybe it'll start turning around with this one. And just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, been playing Hell Let Loose. If you haven't watched it, check it out on the new playlist. It's a lot of fun. It's actually really, really super immersive. A little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. It's kind of, it leans towards the Rising Storm Vietnam a little bit. Maybe not quite to that extreme, but a little bit towards that. And I think it would be an absolute blast with the right group of people. If you can hook up with a good group of friends in there and stuff like that, I think it would be an absolute blast. Now, I've been lucky. I've been in some squads that were really super good, and I've been in some that didn't do anything. Like everyone is like every man for himself. And I think your squad play really kind of makes or breaks that that game. But I was glad to get my voice chat issues solved and be able to like communicate with people in there, because that's like paramount. You have to communicate with everyone. And it's been a lot of fun. It really has. I really enjoyed it. All right, so we're climbing through 360 to 40,000. We got time acceleration ×2. And the climb procedure in the SOP says that you expect 500 to 1,000 foot per minute or feet per minute range in upper 30s and 40s, depending on the aircraft. You see we're climbing right at 1,000 feet per minute, so that's pretty dang accurate. It's almost dead on. Yeah, it's right at 1,000. Maybe a hair above it. We're not very heavy. I didn't even set the weights on this aircraft, so it was basically like an empty plane. Maybe we're going up there to pick someone up or something like that empty, but all right, we need to pull the throttle back now so we won't overspeed. We're leveled out. And looking good. There we are, 40,000 feet. I think this is the highest flight level we've been at since we played the sim. And we'll just keep going with the time acceleration, and we'll probably be skipping ahead here and there to our next points. All right, we're back into plane real quick at flight level 400. We're heading direct to Cannon. It's 310 nautical miles out, and then after that we'll have Harry and the DBL VOR, and that will start our arrival into, or our final approach into Aspen. I think the double VOR is our initial approach fix for that particular arrival. We'll be flying the, I think the RNAV GPS F for Aspen, and it says red table. The DBL VOR is the initial approach fix, so yeah, that's what we'll do if we can get it to pull up in the FMS. Not sure about that. We'll wait till we're a little closer in. Everything's looking good. We're cruising at about 0.72 Mach. We could actually bump it up a little bit more here. We'll bump the power up. That's the thing about this airplane, especially with time acceleration, is you really, you know, without an auto throttle, you really have to pay attention to your throttle and your speed. You can't let the plane get slow or it'll stall. You can't let it overspeed, so you have to kind of, you know, I like to set my throttle in very tiny increments. Once I kind of get it in the rough area where I want it, then just very tiny increments to bump it up to where we need. Now I said, and the SOP said we could cruise at 0.77 Mach, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're already flirting with the edge of overspeed right now as it is. We're just now hitting 0.74. About 100 miles outside of Cannon, we'll start our descent. We'll start getting down. I think in total that'll be, let's see, 50, 30, 180, 80, let's see, 80, and we could go a little closer with it. We could go a little closer in, but I think we may do 100 just to be safe. Just to be safe, make sure we have plenty of time to get down. And we'll check the frame rates and see what those look like after the update, see if there's any big change or yeah, that's about usual for me. You see a little bump when we get the glass cockpit out of the way. Yeah, that's typical performance of what I've been seeing on this computer here lately, the last few times. So that's nothing earth-shattering or anything like that. Pull that back down. All right, we'll carry on until we start our descent. We're gonna look at our arrival real quick. This is the Cannon fix right here. It's just a little bit west of Pueblo, just south of Salida. Yeah, and then there it's direct red table VOR right here, 113.0, and that'll start our approach, our final approach, or our instrument approach into Aspen. Great arrival. Really looking forward to this. Heard a lot of people talk about the flight, you know, the arrival into Aspen. A little bit challenging, very scenic. So we'll find out for ourselves here exactly what it's all about. It's everything I've heard it to be. Turbulence isn't an issue. That's below 16,000 feet. Well, we may catch it. It may be an issue because that's where we're going to be descending. Maybe. Shouldn't be a big deal either way. Alright, let's pull this back down. And we'll take a look around. Getting into western Kansas or southeastern Colorado. Not much out here at all. Alright, there's Rockies. Starting to get into them. Our turbulence may increase a little bit. I've noticed that. Flying over the Rockies seems like your turbulence really picks up. And we'll be starting our descent shortly. I think we're going to go with it a little bit longer before we start. We're 110 nautical miles outside of Cannon. And as soon as we start our descent, we'll look over our approach. We'll start getting set up for our approach into Aspen. Aspen, Pitkin County, Sardi Field, KASE. Arrival. All right, we're coming up on 80 miles out. As soon as we hit 80, we'll start our descent. 80 and 80. It gives us about 160 mile. I think I figured this up to 130 point something that we need, but we added in a little bit of padding to make sure that we get down okay and that everything goes the way we've planned. So with that said, let's go ahead and take our altitude. We're gonna go all the way down to, we'll start out 260 initially. Down to 26,000 feet. And we'll pull back on the throttle. And see what she does. Now she should start descending anytime now. Go ahead and pull the throttle back some more. And there we go. Alright, she's coming on down. Let's go back to the SOP real quick. We'll look at it. 2250 give you a 3% descent rate at 450 knots. Ground speed. Descent rates of up to 3,000 feet per minute can be used, especially from cruise altitude. So we're doing 27-ish, a little over. We'll pull the power back a little bit more. And we'll go with that. She's coming on down nicely. Very nice. All right, let's see about getting our arrival set up if we can do that. Runway 15. Yeah, that RNAV isn't coming up. I don't know if it's something that I'm doing or... Yeah, it's just flat out not coming up. So we may have to make a change of plans here. May have to have a change of plans. Because I see it's not giving me the option for anything. Not even the localizer or none of that. I really don't want to do visual approach into Aspen my first trip. There is a plate for that. It's the Roaring Fork Visual Runway 15. I'm not really keen on doing that first trip though. Let's see. So we'll have to we'll try the localizer DME E for runway 15. Let's see. We can start. Let's see. Initial approach picks can be red table as well. We need to be at 13,000, no lower than 13,400 feet. We hit it. We start at red table, and then we intercept the localizer at Jargu, 13,400. And then we start our descent down into Aspen. There is no glide slope on this. Like I said, it is just a localizer approach. So that is what we may do. All right, let's see if we can get our nav radio set here. We need 113 point. Actually, no, we do not need that. We need 111.15. 1.15. Okay, that won't go there. 111. Oh crap! Come on. Where can we clear it? There we go. All right, there we go. We put it in there. There we go. Okay. And I think we're good with that. We'll put in 108.5 for the back course miss approach. They have a localizer to fly you out of the airport in case you go miss approach. You fly the back course of it out. So we'll put that on as well. 108.5. We'll put that in. There we go. Let's see. Hopefully I am doing this right. That's the only downside about swapping aircraft up so much, is the fact that it's really super easy to forget things or get lost. And it has been a while. It has been a while since I've been in this plane. A good while. All right, so we've got those in. I don't think we ever did our, oh yeah, we did. Okay, never mind. Now we need to change our nav source. We're not worried about it yet. Not worried about it yet. We'll go with it for a little bit longer. And we'll have to change our nav source over to, I was hoping it would tell me on here. Well, we had the nav radio tuned to, but it doesn't, just has comms. So we'll continue right now the FMS. You see nav source FMS1, range 10 miles. Well, there we go. All right, slowly figuring this out. Slowly getting it figured out here. Okay. Alright, let's escape that. And, okay, you see, we got so sidetracked with the MFD there that we didn't notice our level out. That could have been really, really bad, and that's the scary, scary part about these planes without the auto throttle is that you really have to be on top of it. It blows my mind that they're like single pilot operation, because when they're, you know, when you only have one person and they're really involved in what they're doing, it's super easy for that to, seems like to me, for that to happen. Like, really super easy. Alright, let's go back to our legs. See if we can zoom it out just a tad on our display. Alright, we're good there. Zoomed it back out just a tad. And let's keep watching that speed here. Alright, we're turning on course to Harry now. And we're going to come on down a little bit lower. We'll go down to 18,000. Let's do that. Alright, set that at 18, and then flight level change, we want to set our speed definitely higher than 225. Do like 270. And we'll hit flight level change, and then we'll come back on the throttle. We'll let the speed fall off, and she'll start descending. There we go. So far, so good. It's done everything that it's supposed to, and it's done it really well. So glad for that. I'm honest, in in FS2020, I never really know what the autopilots are going to do. I've seen them do some really weird, wonky things that just threw me for a loop. So I don't completely trust them. I really, really like to watch and pay attention. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom our menu in just a little bit closer. We'll do 40 for now. Alright, let's get out of that. Alright, make it a point to watch this throttle this time. Very important. Muy importante. Watch the throttle. Watch the speed, watch the throttle. You can see we're definitely getting bumped around here now that we're just right above the mountains, basically. Only probably about 5,000 feet above some of these peaks, if even that much. It may be less than that. Alright, we're starting to level out. We'll open the throttle back up. This reminds me a lot of going into Jackson Hole. You remember, it was really bumpy going into there as well. Alright, after we get by Harry, then we'll descend down to like 13,400 to start our, we'll try to do localizer DME for runway 15. Localizer DME E on 111.15. We'll see how that works out. Alright, we're basically 25 nautical miles outside of Harry. After Harry, we'll head direct to Red Table VOR. That'll be our initial approach fix for the approach. Could not get it to come up on the FMS. I don't know why. None of these plates, none of these approaches were options for runway 15. I don't know if there's a new feature added to the FMS on this plane that I am missing, or if they're just not there. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing about it. You never really know. Like, is it me or is it the sim? One thing I've noticed on this plane now is that I have to use a lot more throttle to get it to do what I want to you know, accelerate or that sort of thing. Used to cruise, you know, initially on the default plane, you could cruise at like hardly any power at all. I mean, it just, you had to pull it way back. You had to pull it back to climb out. You had to do all these things to keep from overspeeding, and now not so much. Like it's definitely had the power toned back on the engines. Beautiful scenery though, look at that. Very nice. Oops. We do this DME approach, the localizer DME approach. Going off the DME, our Kaiser fix will be 10.9. We'll have to cross it at 12,900 or above. FIMSO is the 9 DME, have to cross it at 12,300. DOIP at 11,700, that's the 7.1 DME. And SEAG, we have to cross it. It doesn't have us an altitude on that one. That's our missed approach point. Okay, double check our speed here before I get to. All right, our localizer's in 111.15. ILS or runway 15. So that's good. We've got that. Our course is already set. It's 151, so that's good as well. That's working. That's doing what it's supposed to, and we're getting bumped around like no tomorrow. All right, we're going to go ahead and take it down to, I think 16,000 feet. Wow, yeah, it is bumping us like crazy. Do flight level change at, we'll do 260. And then she'll lower the nose so we can do this. Be great. There we go. And we need to go ahead and set local altimeter. Well, it's not changing for us with the B key. Let's look at Sky Vector and see what that looks like. 3057. And it won't let me. There we go. 3057. Wow. All the way up. Hopefully this is going to be right. That's the thing about when you set it from an external source, it doesn't necessarily mean the sim's going to be reading that. You know, it may be completely different in here. That's the thing. So I generally tend to go with the B key more, but it wasn't changing it up. All right, now it is 3043. We may not have been far enough below. All right, let's go on down to 13,400. Let's do flight level change. And 230 knots. Oh, come on. Go ahead and get on down. We're only 22 miles outside of double, so we're getting pretty close. Let's see, Aspen should be over here about 10 o'clock. Can't see it though. It's going to be down in the valley. I think that big valley right there. All right, read our missed approach real quick. For it. Where's it at? Where are you at? Climbing right, turn to 14,000, then on heading 300, and on IPKN localizer, a northwest course, a 303 to lens intercept. And a whole lot more intercepts as well too. We're not going to go into all that right now. Hopefully we won't have to go missed. So after double, we need to head 232. Let's get our range in a little bit closer. There we go. Okay, we'll escape that. We'll let our speed bleed off to 230 knots. After we hit double, we'll do 232. And we'll intercept the localizer. This is going to be tricky. It is. It's going to be a little tricky. For sure. Really got to watch the DME. Alright, so 10.9 DME, we got to be 12,900. After we intercept, after we get established. So we intercept at 13.4. Once we get established on the localizer, because this isn't a glide slope, this isn't ILS, it's just localizer. Then we'll descend to 12.9 by the 10.9 DME. And we're letting it get slow. We leveled out when we were watching the speed. That was my bad. We're gonna go ahead and keep it about 210 knots. It is so damn easy to get. No. That's not what we need. Nope. Nope, we don't need that. We need to go all the way to the double VOR. Come on. And that may have jacked us up right there. That may have jacked us up a little bit. Because we got a lot of going on. We're really kind of task saturated with this. Not very familiar with the approach. Really kind of a bad setup for this too, honestly. We probably need to go more north. And we should have come off the FMS a while back, I really believe. Should have come off the FMS. And wow, yeah, those are just like right below us. Crap. All right, so we need 232 degrees after red table. As soon as we cross red table, we'll hit 232 for intercept. Then our final approach course would be 151. And we got other traffic here. If we didn't have enough stuff going on in the plane. There's not enough stuff going on. Not enough stuff to watch, you know. Now we got traffic too. And like, I honestly, that peak right there is like really super close. Really close. Our minimum safe altitude, 13,100 to the northwest of the double VOR, 15,700 from 060 to 200, so yeah. That guy looks like he's coming in to land at Aspen as well, so that's cool. Really cool. Alright, our speed's looking good. We're hovering around 210 knots. And our intercept course is 232 off the double VOR. Let's go ahead and get this going. Come on. Go ahead and pull it on around to 232. After we get established, we can start descending from 13,400. Go ahead and pull our speed back, start seeing about some flaps here. Alright, we're getting on 232 now. Wow, absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Go ahead and get some flaps. All right, I got the field inside, so that's cool. We may honestly just do this by hand. In fact, I think we are. I think we're just gonna fly it by hand. All right, so we need to stay at 13,400. No, don't descend. Don't do that. Getting a little bit slow. Gotta watch your speed. It's just a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. Here we go. We're coming up on the localizer now. We're gonna fly through it just a tad, but that's all right. We'll do that. Come on around. Let's get our view up just a tad. Get our speed back. Alright, field in sight. There we go. There's Aspen. I see the lead-in lights. So we'll just go in visually. We'll do it visually here. Go ahead and get the gear. Could you imagine doing this in inclement weather? How bad that would suck. That would have me sweating bullets. That really just would. That would have me sweating bullets like no tomorrow. Yeah, go ahead and go full flaps. All right, we want to do around 125. There we go. We're looking at 125 now. Let's open the throttle. So the thing about this turbulence is like it bumps your speed around so much. We got to get our descent rate in check here just a tad. It's a steeper than normal descent too. If I read this correctly. If I read it correctly, it is. It's not your standard descent rate. And to have the picture set up right in the windscreen, it's definitely a steeper descent. It's over 1,000 feet per minute. If I'm doing this right. It should tell me somewhere on the plate, but I don't want to look at it too much. Where does it say? Where does it say? I know it's on there somewhere. I think it's 6.59 past DOIP, and I think it's a little steeper than that, or 3.5. 3.5. So a little bit more than standard. Our speed's 124. Looking good there. I got to pull up just a little bit, so we got to open the throttle just a tad. This peak right in front of us kind of spooks me just a little bit. Just a tad. Okay, we're 125, right just about on the money there. Alright, pull the throttle back some. We were high, but we're just clear of that peak, so. I think this is the point where after the final approach fix, where there we go. All right, we're starting to get a little bit low on it now. Someone is on the runway, but we're not going to worry about him. We're going to carry on like he's not even there. I'm not doing a missed approach. You can see now, you see the terrain directly ahead. We got to turn right, going missed approach. And you can see what a big deal that is. Like that's, that terrain's most definitely a problem. And we're low, so we got to open the throttle. Wow, he's taking off directly at us. Great. Great, great. Alright, watch our speed. 120, 119, 117, open throttle just a tad. We're still just a little bit low. A little bit low, but it looks steep as hell coming in. $119, 120. Pull throttle back just a tad, start doing that. A little bit low.
500.
There we go. We're on it now. 112, right about where we need to be, over the threshold.
500.
Maybe a tad less than that. Oh, we're getting bumped around so much, it's crazy. 109 knots. 108. Coming over the threshold, let's pull it back a little bit more. Start pulling it all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. And there we go. Welcome to Aspen, guys. Wow, that is quite the approach, I must say. That is quite the approach, but a very beautiful approach for sure. We'll just roll out. I'm not even worried about it. We'll just see if we can catch this next. Let's go ahead and get our flaps cleaned up. And we'll take this next taxiway here. Get some nose wheel steering going. Welcome to Aspen, Aspen, Colorado. Beautiful area, really just is. Honestly, not sure where we're going. We'll get past the whole short here and all right, let's get some things taken care of real quick while we're here. Let's get our nav off, the strobe off. We'll take that off. And I think we're good with all that. Let's get the heat off. Won't let me do anything with that. Okay. All right, and let's exit airplane and do our final little bit of tag. Wow, nice terminal too. Holy crap. Look at this. This is amazing. Wow. Really nice. You know what? We're just going to go straight ahead. Go straight ahead. Come on. You want to go? You going to go? There we go. Yeah, I was fixing to say, are you going to go or? Beautiful, beautiful airport. Wow, this is really, really nice. No, don't park there. That's where I'm going. What are you doing? That's our place, not yours. Go. Oh, come on. What? Are you parking your van up on the pad there or what? I mean, this dude over here on the left just standing around. Looks like he's talking on his cell phone there. Well, this is not legit at all, but he's just gonna park there. Yeah, he's just gonna, I guess they're gonna call it a day there. Alright, I guess we're going to call it here, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff's greatly appreciated. Be sure to stay tuned for more Microsoft Flight Simulator content. Explain, you know, I'm going to be doing a lot of different things. It's not going to be all Flight Simulator, but the bulk of it is, but I like jumping in a few other things as well. Really, I still enjoy Heroes and Generals. I'm going to be getting back in there too. This is completely different from Hell Let Loose. So, like I said, stay tuned and we'll catch you guys in the air next time. Peace.